Good evening. This is CTV News for Tuesday, February 5th. I am Denise Douglas.
And I'm Patricia Vallone. Thank you for joining us tonight. Well, some federal employees who are forced to work during a government shutdown could have some relief in the future if a measure currently before the Maryland General Assembly passes. The Senate Finance Committee held a hearing today on a bill that would allow those workers to collect unemployment benefits. The legislation, which is in response to the recent 35-day shutdown, would apply to civilian federal employees who are required to work at a site in Maryland.
Currently, if you're a federal worker and you don't have to go to work, you actually are eligible for unemployment insurance, whereas if you're deemed an essential personnel, our TSA workers, Secret Service, and you actually go to work without pay, you are not considered currently eligible for unemployment benefits. It makes not a lot of sense, and so there's a back and forth going on with a lot of states and the federal government on that category of worker, that determination. So this bill is putting into Maryland law that those folks are eligible. However, we're going to need some feedback from the federal government, and we're going to push that. Governor Hogan has already sent a letter to the U.S. Department of Labor asking for them to bless sort of this bill and give us the flexibility needed to provide those workers with benefits. So it's just equity.
And that was Senator Brian Feldman of Montgomery County. Meantime, there is growing concern about another potential shutdown after February 15th. So lawmakers filed the measure as emergency legislation so that it would take effect quickly.
In other political news, Virginia Governor Ralph Northam's approval rating has plunged 41 percentage points in the wake of the racist photo controversy, according to the news site Morning Consult. In addition, calls continue to mount for him to resign. Maryland Senator Chris Van Hollen tweeted, "Please do the right thing for our region and country," adding that his actions are unacceptable. Northam has been under fire since pictures surfaced from his medical school yearbook showing a man dressed as a Ku Klux Klan member and another in blackface. First, he apologized and later denied any involvement, and now he says he won't resign. Here's a reaction from an Annapolis lawmaker.
I totally agree with that. I think, the nature of the photo, the nature of what's gone on, I agree with our U.S. Senator as well. I think it's time for him to step down and have new leadership and give a chance for Virginians to heal. Blackface and a Klansman in the same photo is really, really shocking, and I think it highlights, in the last 4 years, what we've all been going through as a country is there's a lot of wounds that still have not been healed.
The controversy surrounding the governor caused the College of William and Mary to cancel his scheduled speaking events at the university's Charter Day and inauguration ceremony on Friday. President Trump will deliver his second State of the Union address. He's expected to talk about the economy, his tax plan, and other issues. The speech was postponed from last Tuesday because of the partial government shutdown. Trump will have a number of guests in the audience, including a Maryland father, Tom Wibberley. Wibberley's son was killed in the 2000 terrorist attack on the USS Cole. Trump goes into the State of the Union address with the lowest approval rating of any president in the last 60 years.
Well, as the investigation into that deadly weekend car crash of Bowie continues, the Prince George's County Council remembered the victims at today's council session. 5 children, 2 of them sisters and their cousins, were killed when the SUV they were traveling in veered off of the road and rammed into several trees. The children, all between the ages of 5 to 15, were ejected from the vehicle. Council Chair Todd Turner represents the area of Bowie where the crash happened. He says it was important to address the issue before council.
Part of the family was from Bowie, part of the family was from Washington, D.C., but it does impact us as parents, as people within the community. So we're just going to acknowledge that. I know there are efforts by the family to provide support to the family as well. So we just wanted to make sure we do that.
And the mother of the sisters was behind the wheel during the accident, and she survived, as did a man who was also in the vehicle. There is currently an active fundraiser going on for the family.